Hello, welcome back to Al Talks. This podcast I started 3 years ago to chronicle me starting stand up. This podcast is a weekly podcast. It comes out once a week, and this is just a small little introduction video into the podcast. So, down below in the description of each episode, you can go to my Linktree and find links to everything connected to me. This podcast is available on YouTube, which you're watching it on right now, and also on Spotify. But yeah, that is just a small introduction into this podcast and everything that goes along with it. Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. This is Al Talks. I know I don't always mention it at the start, but I sometimes forget. I get excited and just plow on with the episode. So yeah, this is the last of the bulk recorded episodes. And in this episode, like I mentioned, doing more Hammer and then having some downtime during the Christmas break. I watched a couple of specials, and the last one was Anthony Jeselnik's Bones and All. New comedy special from him. Now, Anthony Jeselnik's comedy is dark. It's very it's misdirection stuff. He is known for his kind of very, very dark humor, and he has become famous doing it. This special, his agent said, "You've been doing comedy for 20 years," and he was like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna go on the road and do a comedy special." And the special itself was fantastic. Really, really. There was a couple. There was, like I said in the previous episode, the specials I watched last year, I was very critical of some of them because I did not find it funny. But this one hit all the right notes. Was very fantastic. It wasn't like a Jamie Foxx special. There was no preaching. It was just straight stand up. Because nothing bad happened to Anthony Jeselnik other than personal attacks on the media. And I'm also leaning back now. Hopefully the mic picks it up. But I think I'm pretty good back here. It's only like, I don't know, this far. I don't know. We'll see. I've recorded an awful lot of these in a row. So I've been at this about, not 4 hours. How long? About 2.5, near 3 hours. Anyway, so that is, yeah, so it was a fantastic special. In towards the end of the special, he had a Norm Macdonald story, and it's along the lines of, like, I kind of one hand do want to tell it because I suppose I could. It was during the time when he was filming for Last Comic Standing, and they had to film 8 episodes together. And the first 4 episodes, him and Norm Macdonald didn't get along. They was just kind of button heads and whatever. And then he said episodes 4 to 8 it really clicked, and they had to go on and promote it. And he said, said, Anthony, how about this? Instead of going on and promoting the other comics, we'll just go and promote ourselves, but let's like really be mean to each other and shit on each other. So he said, "Why don't you go first?" I think they were on not Letterman, but David Cross or something, some kind of a talk show thing. So he went on, and he said, the talk show host, he said, "What do you think of Norm Macdonald?" And he said, "Oh, Norm's a piece of shit. He's terrible. I don't like him at all, and all this mean stuff." And he gets off stage, and then Norm goes on, and he gets asked the same question: "What do you think of Anthony Jeselnik?" And Norm says, "I think he's a great guy, making Anthony look like a real dickhead." And then but like that was kind of Norm's humor. The reason I say it's kind of on the same lines as the Colin Quinn thing is because like Norm never cared about conforming to um, public standards or whatever. It was just he was very, very free spirited man. His humor was. I suppose nowadays people would be like, "Oh, it's edgy and whatever." It wasn't edgy. It was just like it was interesting stuff. Um, especially his last special before unfortunately he passed away. And the other thing is like not telling anybody you're dying and just be like, nah, poof, and then go. It was, it was definitely the highlight of the special because it's unfortunate that Norm is gone. A lot of good comics went uh, that year. Bob Saget passed away. He had an accident, and it was like um. Now I'm getting emotional. No, it was great to see that in the special because the material in the special it was fantastic. It was probably mm, last year I'd said Adriana Palucci's special was great and Adam Sandler's special was great. I can't remember who else. Special Philly Wang. Did I enjoy Philly Wang? Yes, I think I did. Did I? Yeah, I did. But this would definitely be up there. It was very very good special. Trying to think last year who I would give special to. This would definitely be a contender. Adam Sandler's special would definitely be a contender. Da, da, da. Oh, I reviewed Sam Morrill's special of Change. That was a good one. Any other specials? What episode was this? Da, da, da. Oh no. I think, as good as everybody is, and uh, yeah, I mean, I just look at your notes and I came across David Tell. I have to give it to David Tell. I think his special last year was special of the year for me because it was his, like I already talked about, but during his special it was a comic special. He just truly did not care and he just went for it and it was fantastic. And especially at the end because he had to fill out his special had to be a certain time. So he had whatever amount of minutes, and towards the end, he just played the flute to a bunch of seals to fill in the time. It was like because he's like Netflix, fuck you, I'm doing it how I want to, which is funny. But it was a very very interesting special. The Norm story, very very good, um, very true to his character and whatnot, and it was just fantastic, very very enjoyable. So that is kind of all I'm going to talk about because it's the last thing I need to record before I edit this all in bulk. But yeah, so after this episode, I will have new content for you to enjoy, so you can look forward to that next week. Um, Hopefully it is next week. We'll see. I would have had 6 weeks to prepare for next week's episode, so we shall see. Maybe I've done a show at this stage. Maybe I've done something else. We'll see. But yeah, so that is it for today. I'm gonna end it there as per usual. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. All the links down below, and I'll see you next one. Bye bye.